John Scholl, President of Service Quality Institute. Welcome to Service First, Session 9, The Art of Satisfying Customers. Your ability to provide superior customer satisfaction will take practice, consistency, and individual commitment. But soon it will become an attitude that is reflected in your body language, your tone of voice, in the words that you use, and the overall impression of yourself and your organization that the customer takes home. Putting forth the effort to incorporate the Service First skills into every customer contact you have is the key to learning the art of customer satisfaction. You may be inconsistent when first applying these techniques, but with time and perseverance, you will begin to see a dramatic improvement. After all, great art did not just happen. It took many rough attempts before it was perfected. First, let's discuss the ultimate reason for wanting to satisfy the customer. In simple terms, if you don't take care of your customers, somebody else will. People place value in and are drawn to anything that brings them satisfaction. Therefore, making satisfied customers as a priority in your daily routine will guarantee repeat business and halt the flow of customers to someone else's doorstep.
The minimum requirement for satisfying customers is to meet their needs and expectations. We may have good intentions about meeting the needs of our customers, but unless we understand exactly what those needs are, we will fall short of meeting the customer's expectations. All of our customers want consistent and prompt service, courtesy, and fair treatment. This goes without saying, but how do we find out exactly what the customer needs? It's simple. We ask them. We formulate questions to determine what it is the customer expects, and then we listen carefully to the answers. Next, we repeat back what we have heard, so the customer is sure that we understand their expectations. And finally, we explain precisely what it is that we can do to meet those needs and to satisfy the customer. Let's watch the following example to see if the employee is taking the proper steps to meet the customer's needs and expectations.
I just got this bill in the mail and it's wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have called another office for that. We don't handle that here.
I did. I called the billing office and they transferred me to you. They said this is where I needed to go.
Well, I don't know why they told you that. What exactly is the problem?
I was overbilled. I only attended 10 sessions of physical therapy and I was billed for 12. Also, the first 5 were covered by insurance, but it's not even on my statement.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I was overbilled. I only attended 10 sessions of physical therapy and I was billed for 12. Also, the first 5 were covered by insurance, but it's not even on here.
Sounds like you need to call your insurance company.
I did, and they said they never received a bill from you guys.
I'm sure we sent them a bill.
Well, they said they didn't get one. Can you resend it to them? Can you fix this for me?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. This isn't really my job.
Is it anybody's job? I knew I never should have come here. The next time I need physical therapy, I'm going to go somewhere else.
If you're like most people, you probably thought that the receptionist could have handled the situation better. Asking questions and getting information is important, but she was so preoccupied with the mechanics of her job that she didn't listen carefully to the customer needs. Most likely, the woman left with negative feelings about the way she was treated, and with good reason. The receptionist did not provide service to the woman at all. In fact, she didn't even seem to notice that the woman was upset. Let's repeat this same encounter and build in the Service First skills for customer satisfaction. Also, look for opportunities the receptionist may have to provide value-added service to the customer.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I have a little problem. I just got this bill in the mail and it's wrong.
I'm sorry about that. I assume you've already contacted our billing office?
Yes, and they sent me here.
Okay, no problem. This really should be resolved by our reimbursement department, but let me get this taken care of for you. Sorry you had to come down here.
Oh, it's no problem. I just want to make sure I don't get charged for something I shouldn't.
Oh, I completely understand. Could you please tell me what it was you were overbilled for?
Yes. I only attended 10 sessions of physical therapy and I was billed for 12. Also, the first 5 were covered by insurance, but it's not even on here.
I'm sorry. Would you mind repeating that? It's a little loud in here and I just want to make sure I heard what you were saying, right?
I was overbilled. I only attended 10 sessions of physical therapy and I was billed for 12. Also, the first 5 were covered by insurance, but it's not even on here.
And I assume you've already contacted your insurance company and they didn't receive a bill?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. I know this has to be annoying, so I am going to fix this for you right now. First things first here, could I see the bill you received from us?
There you go.
Okay. Oh, I see the problem. All right, I've taken the extra charges off. Let me print you a new bill here. There you go. I will go ahead and rebill your insurance company and follow up with them in a couple of days. Okay, don't pay anything on the new bill yet, though, until we receive word back from the insurance company. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, well, as much as we like your business, we hope you stay healthy. Okay? You take care.
Thanks, you too.
Meeting and exceeding expectations gives your organization a competitive advantage. It can bring your business more and larger sales by making customers feel that they cannot go anywhere else for the same level of attention and expertise. It can better your business reputation by demonstrating your commitment to satisfying each and every customer that walks through your doors. It can generate a loyalty among your existing customers that drives them to come back time and time again. These loyal customers, in turn, tell others about this customer service practice, and new business is created from these positive word-of-mouth referrals. And finally, knowing that all of your customers have been taken care of with the utmost understanding and concern can make you feel better about your job, thus reinforcing your desire to perform consistently. This consistent service then improves your entire outlook, as these skills and this type of experience will follow you wherever you work, in whatever you do.
Achieving a competitive advantage in today's market environment is every business owner's dream. Nevertheless, there is no magic potion that will bring this dream to reality. The closest device is the mastery of customer service basics and the continual practice of the 5 principles of Service First. In each of the previous sessions, we have reviewed the 5 principles of Service First and provided you with some examples. Now I want to go over each principle in a little more depth and explain how they relate back to the art of satisfying customers. The first principle of Service First is to feel good about yourself in the work you do. Feeling good about yourself starts with your appearance. Do you look professional? Feeling good about yourself goes a long way toward feeling good about satisfying customers. The second principle of Service First is practicing habits of courtesy every day and with everyone you deal with. Saying thank you to each and every customer you deal with creates a sincerity and concern that cannot be duplicated by an occasional come again. The third principle of Service First is to use positive communication. Positive communication creates a good first impression and reinforces any future impressions by showing the customers that you are a real professional. The fourth principle of Service First is the ability to listen and ask questions to make sure that you understand your customer needs and expectations. This principle provides a yardstick for customer satisfaction and lays the groundwork for exceeding expectations and adding value to your service. And finally, perform professionally in every aspect of your job. Efficient services performed without hesitation or error adds to the overall professional image that we are all trying to attain. The real professionals strive to better themselves every day and in every way. The art of satisfying customers can be summed up in the explanation of the last principle of Service First. Perform professionally. Being prompt and efficient really counts with today's customer. They expect a personal touch in every transaction they may take. No machine's efficiency can ever replace a customer's preference to deal with a caring human being. The customer demands that you learn continually, whether it be about the products and services you offer or the method in which you explain how the product or service can be utilized by the customer. You are expected to do your job right the first time, to understand your job responsibilities, and to continually improve your job skills. Your failure to learn and enrich your knowledge ultimately means that a coworker has to work harder to take up your slack. Taking customer satisfaction to an art requires that you set your standards at the highest possible level. You must assume the responsibilities for taking pride in a job well done. You must excel in and aspire to keeping every promise that you make And lastly, you must demonstrate your commitment to success every day. In the following illustrations, we will see examples of failing to learn and of not keeping promises. Try to identify the service first principles that are not being followed. Let's watch.
I want to say yes, but I'm going to have to find out. Can you hold for a second? Anita, can you help me for a second, please?
Sure, what's the problem now? We do this every day. You've got to get this down.
I know, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I've noticed you're still having a rough time out there talking with customers.
I just don't always know how to help them.
Well, that's why we have a procedure.
I know, it's just confusing.
Well, you don't seem very happy with your job, Catherine. You're not familiar with the system, and you don't seem to remember what we can do for the customers when they call. Now, we've been through this several times, and I know everyone's been happy to help you through, but it just doesn't seem to be working out for you.
Failure to learn was the cause of the problem you just saw. Learning to do a job well takes effort, time, and commitment. The best customer service professionals never stop learning about their job and about the place where they work. This employee most obviously did not feel good about herself or the work that she does. If you can't satisfy even the first principle of service first, you're probably in for a very bumpy employment ride. Failure to keep learning results in a breakdown of your providing quality service to customers and coworkers.
I'll be able to run this by the end of the day. Do you think you can have those numbers to be by 4? I'll need to include them in order to have an accurate assessment before going before the approval board.
Sure thing. It's going to take me a couple of hours, and I have a lunch appointment. But 4 o'clock sounds fine.
Okay, great. But just know that I can't input this data until I have everything. Those numbers are essential to delivering this information to the client on time tomorrow morning.
I said I'd help, didn't I? I'll just run out to my meeting and be back in my office by 1. That'll give me plenty of time.
Okay.
So, Eveline, I thought you were going to have the data from the Strider Industries loan for me by 5 o'clock today.
I was. Saeed was supposed to get me his numbers by 4, and I haven't heard from him, and I can't even reach him on his cell.
Saeed didn't say anything about that to me. I sent him downtown to work with Terra Pharmaceuticals.
Well, he left and didn't say anything about helping me?
Saeed is not the issue here. We needed that estimate in the system for approval by 5:30 at the latest. Now we're going to be at least a day behind the competition. This is on you, so get it done.
Sure thing. I'll take care of it.
Now, we'll look at what happens when we make promises that we don't follow through on. It is important to remember that when we agree to provide something to another person, we must provide it. How often have we said something like, "I'll take care of it," and simply failed to follow through? Although we may say this phrase as a mere courtesy, the people we serve regard it as a promise to do something. Failure to keep a promise, no matter how casually we make it, can damage business relationships. People resent having promises broken, and a broken promise is worse than not addressing a problem in the first place.
Let's face it, problems are going to come up. No one is perfect. But if we gear ourselves to solving problems, we're working toward meeting needs and expectations for customer satisfaction. When problems arise in the workplace, we probably have the best opportunity to practice the art of satisfying customers. We can use the service-first techniques of determining needs and expectations, and we can also look for opportunities to add value to service. Let's take a look at this next example and try to identify the techniques being used.
My name is Dr. Singh. It is nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Based on the x-rays, I think it is pretty clear that you have plantar fasciitis. I'm going to recommend a walking boot for now.
Plantar fasciitis. I've heard of that before, but can you explain to me exactly what's going on?
Sure. It involves pain and inflammation of a thick band of tissue that runs across the bottom of your foot. That's called the plantar fascia. Normally, it acts like a shock-absorbing bowstring supporting the arch of your foot. But if the tension becomes too great from something like running, it can create tears and become irritated or inflamed.
And how is the walking boot going to help me?
Initially, it will stabilize your foot. After a week or two, we'll transition to some custom orthotics that you can put in your shoes. I would also recommend night splints. It stretches your calves and your arch while you sleep.
Am I going to have to give up running?
No, not at all. It is a very common condition that can easily be managed with some inserts and dedicated exercises designed to strengthen your lower leg muscles.
Thank you.
Success is built on human values and interaction. The better we interact with customers and coworkers, the better we will serve and work with them. Businesses need caring, dedicated people to succeed in today's competitive environment. Good people work hard to satisfy customers. They know that making other people happy will lead to providing quality customer service. It's important for us to remember that we are the ones who are expected to provide the human touch every time we come in contact with others. All of us need that personal touch, but if we don't provide it to others, we certainly won't get it in return. The art of satisfying customers is not just a concept that we talk about. It's a combination of skills that takes practice and perseverance to perfect. And with your dedication and effort, you too will master the art of satisfying customers.
Understand the problem here. I paid my tuition twice this month. Now I get this notice that says I've been dropped for not paying it. Why should I have to go through this hassle when you can't keep your records straight?
Let me make sure I understand the problem. You paid your tuition twice this month, yet you were still dropped for non-payment.
That's what I said, all right. Your computers are really messed up.
Oh, our computers are run by people. Occasionally we do make mistakes. Let's see if we can straighten out your problem. Do you have proof of payment?
I sure do.
Okay.
Here's my canceled check.
Oh.
Is that proof enough?
This certainly is proof of payment. Are you Pam Hogan?
I sure am.
This shouldn't be too difficult to straighten out, Pam. Unfortunately, you're going to need to go to the treasurer's office to do so. I'll call Sam Riley. I'll tell him that you're coming down and I'll explain the problem to him. Okay?
Okay.
Just make sure you ask for him when you get there. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
I don't think so. You've been a big help. I was so worried about this. Besides, this hasn't been my week. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Good Idea Campaign. This campaign is designed to tap the knowledge and experience of every member of your team, those in the firing line and in support positions. It asks each group and department to find how they can better satisfy the needs of their internal and external customers. The campaign is flexible enough to extend its focus to quality and other areas that need improvement ideas from employees.